what's up, guys? So, you have to kind of excuse the glare coming in and out of the window there, but hey, in about a week, it's probably going to be dark at this time anyway, so probably won't have a whole lot more of these videos coming out of the car anyways, because I'll start them really early as soon as I leave work. But this one is kind of a funny one. So, one of the last few videos that I did was talking about taking care of your high mileage car. I thought basically said that this car I was gonna drive it until the wheels fell off. Well, let's see here. Friday night, driving home about 9 o'clock at night from a birthday party, it decided to die in the middle of the highway, on the freeway. Cars flying around all over the place, and more or less this thing acted like it just choked out and died right in the middle of the road. It's pretty scary. Worst part was my wife was with me. If I was by myself, I wouldn't have been too stressed, but I don't really like that to happen when she's with me. Getting honked at, all this crazy stuff. Luckily, I was able to limp it off the road. Finally got it to fire, got it off the road, got it off into a parking lot, and then it cranked up and fired up and felt like it was working pretty good. Revved up like it was supposed to, and we took off and on we went. We made it home that night. But on my way home, I just wanted to test out and see kind of what maybe was going on. And so, because it had happened when I'd kind of been driving a little spirited, I guess is one way to put it. Kind of got on it a little bit going home. It did fine. I did it again, choked down, died. Then it almost wouldn't crank back up again, which was embarrassing considering I was literally around the corner from my house. So then it was like, well, let's chase this down. And, you know, it seemed to be that it just wasn't getting any fuel. And I spent the next day, I went and limped it into the auto store, got a fuel filter, put it on. Did that work? Nope, did not. So then obviously we think was the fuel pump. And I just went ahead and ordered one. I was like, it's probably the fuel pump. It's not getting enough fuel. That's going to be it. And ordered one from Rock Auto. It was going to be here in like 2 days. It was great. Well, the following day, I'm going to try a couple other things while I'm at it, just to see maybe what's going on. I was all clean. I looked up, some Mustang forums. See if you have your check engine light codes. I didn't have any at the time, and so I didn't think there was any for me to even look at that. And so I was out doing some grocery shopping with my wife, and I was like, I'm gonna run here and get some mass airflow sensor cleaner and some throttle body cleaner, just thinking maybe there was just a chance, since I had changed my air filter not too long ago, that maybe something happened with that mass airflow sensor that caused something to mess up. Sprayed it down, cleaned my mass airflow sensor, and I was like, well, that should be good. I cleaned my throttle body out, took it down the road, revved up, and then choked down. Pretty much sounds like it's choking in the front and then farting out of the back, because it sounds like it's backfiring and having all kinds of problems when this was going on. And then I came home, plugged in my tuner, pulled up with some codes. Actually was throwing codes, it just wasn't giving me a check engine light, which is a little scary in a way. Gave me a P0104, which is like mass airflow, intermittent, erratic, whatever it is. Something's going on with the air intake. Just going to tighten down the air filter again, because I just changed it out. So maybe I didn't tighten it down. Well, I unbolt it, unscrew it, pull it off, pull off the sleeve. I look in there, and there's this big, heavy rubber ring that looks like it was probably either on the old air filter or somehow was on the end of my intake. I have a JLT intake, cold air intake in my car. And it was just rolling around in my air filter. And so basically what was happening is while I was revving up my car, high RPMs to go, to merge into traffic, that little disc was getting sucked up into my air intake and choking it out to where basically my car just wouldn't run anymore. Low RPM speeds and it was fine, but as soon as you try to do anything else with it, try to gun and give it any gas, it would choke out. So that big heavy rubber ring caused a lot of problems. It came off of one of my air filters, I'm assuming, probably the one I took off. It looks like it's an adapter size of some kind. But yeah, it's about 4 inches in diameter, about an inch thick. It's really heavy. The thing is, once I took that out and put everything back together and took off, ran like a champ. Ran like it did a couple years ago, mainly because, like I talked about maintenance before, I put a new fuel filter on. I had not done that in a long time. That's something that I should have done, knowing I should have done that, because the filter I took off was pretty gunky and nasty stuff coming out of it whenever I poured it out. It was black. Changed my fuel filter, which was great, so it's flowing nice and easy now, and then cleaning that mass airflow sensor, which is something that typically you want to do every time you change your air filter. A lot of people don't even know what that thing is. Like, what is a mass airflow sensor? A MAF sensor, as some people call it. basically a sensor that tells your engine how much air it's getting, how dense it is. That way it knows how much fuel to give your engine so it'll go. So clean those out. Mass airflow is really easy. You pull it out. All you do is spray it. There's no cleaning other than that. You spray it down, let it dry, put it back in. Typically, it'll run a lot better after you do that. Also, clean the throttle body. I mean, while you're at it, might as well clean it, because if your air filter has been dirty, you've been running a long time without it, especially if you use like an old air filter, like a K&N, which is similar to what I use. I think I use mine's a Power Stack. So anything that's an old filter, anytime you change it, which is what I did, sometimes you re-oil those filters. Sometimes it'll suck that oil through there, and it'll get on your mass airflow sensor, and it'll gum up your throttle body. So I cleaned up all those things, put in all the new things in, and it runs a lot better than it did. Idles a lot better. Everything's a lot better. It's little basic things that I hadn't done, because you tend to worry more about the big things. Changing your oil. Like you talked about transmission fluid and things like that. All your drivetrain stuff, but all these other little things can cause problems too. So keep up with your, check your fuel filter. I'm not sure I'm not going to tell you what the exact duration of all it is. Some people say like 15, 30,000 miles, 50,000 miles. Mine has probably been over 100,000 miles to change mine, which is probably part of the problem. But it's just kind of those little things. The fuel filter for my car was only like, I think it was $12. Pretty cheap fix. And then the MAF sensor cleaner and the throttle body cleaner there, I think I got both cans for about $17 from O'Reilly. And it'll last forever because you don't use them all the time. And so it's kind of, some people are like, well, why should I get all that stuff if I'm not going to use it all the time? Well, because it's one of those preventive things that's going to prevent your car from breaking down in the long run. And plus, it just makes it run better. It makes it run cleaner and smoother. I love how smooth mine runs now, for the fact that it's breathing better. Obviously, it doesn't have anything sucked up into the intake tube. And it's just running smoother. There's less restriction there due to the air filter, and then also that mass airflow letting it know that it's breathing good. Check those things out on your car. When was the last time you did it? It's been a while. Clean them out. Change that filter out. It'll run a lot better. Trust me, it'll be more efficient. So I just want to kind of let you guys know that, even though you can do certain things for your car, every now and then things will happen. Like we talked about these high mileage cars. Sometimes something will happen. But luckily, the thing with mine was not mechanical in nature. It wasn't a sensor. It was user error on my part, not checking everything out in the air filter, and then it winding up sucking it up in the car and basically killing it. Almost killing it. Made it look like it was died. It was dead on the road. Ford, found on the road dead, type of thing. Anyways, check everything out, all your connections and everything when you do them, especially your fuel filter, because I also had an issue with that when I plugged mine in. Didn't click the front of it all the way in, so it's spraying gas out. Also not good. Fix that. So be smart in your fixes. So that being said, keep loving on your high mileage cars, and all simple, cheap fixes that'll, give your car a good life for the long run. Y'all have a good day.